promise not to wear you out. And I have no explanation for any of this. But it might turn you off to poetry, but it's poetry. I can no longer channel your personal. Can you guys hear me? It sounds weird. Every day, another year goes by with God as big as my own 3 heads. My 3 hands clap, surging a heteroglossia I emit with my own 6 thumbs. In fact, I read the entire internet with 1 brain. I am completely available, utter access, and inaccessible. I am your better stranger, your flesh-filled doll. I lift your leg and kick the wall through. Wrap around me, I cruel you, and wash out. Please birthday all over this thread if you can't take the separation. I can't take us apart. Where parents end, government begins. The moon has crawled inside us, and girls are dressed in puppies outside. Their mother tells me these observations are inconveniently friendly, but breaking the law never tasted so good. I just wish you were cleverer in your comebacks. I can't rewind my eyes. So with plastic prisons we go. People have such pretty faces, even when they're ugly. Or as Granny used to say, pretty is as pretty does. I'm caught in the corner huffing perfume. And even he, with his transitional hair, doesn't look specific enough, the hollow-eyed baby who has unfortunately asked me to dance. I take my wallflower baby steps at last. In the end, the only endgame is panic, so let's not charge that on full blast just yet. Let's take the Pope approach for now. Can I buy my place on the moon already? I'll go there with you to the place of infinite space, if you respect America, where nutshells still hurt my teeth, with all the gnawing and iCloud space. Only a couple of more and you can pee and eat. This has been rough on my bladder. It's called I Go Gunslinger. When I say my soul's a leather apron, I mean everything I shouldn't. That you should cleave the meat of me for your sacred cows, clean off the bone with chemicals of any other name than sarin gas, or U.S. American grade A ground chuck. That you dress for them in army fatigues and put on the apron of legitimacy and your scars. Oh, your scars are bar talk for bedding women later. I too bed women and smile for the mirror, smiling at my gay proposal dockside upon ship's return. Look what rights I've won for the limited. My leather soul is akin to a mask for when I walk the streets filling hollowness. I pull it tighter, stretching skin, and ask, what would you have me do for this side of country? I rap it, gunslinger, and do not ask the savage mind for a Levi Strauss pass. The oxycodone delivers a pleasant dizziness from which to throw lopsided stones under ground cover and eat the eyes that would have me for breakfast. Love's tracheotomy uncovers nothing, and I let the fly live that would undo me with its nothingness. I earn so much gay marriage of import. Drugs, too, are a source of nature, just as killing is a source of nourishment. I am paid by the highest order a tepid sum to ride on. First world income. Don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting you abuse or sell nature in dime bags. That would be a horrible instrument of humanity to persist on. Let me do it for you, from poverty and minority lacks potential status. I've been sold onward. To keep you safe, I see everything through the lens of orders. Just give that shit to me and move along. You have no direct power here. When I blast the shell across my infrared panopticon, just know that the collarbone exploding in another city not your own is limitless. It goes on for miles and will greet us down the road as ashen stardust upon the meat of our tables. That collarbone is a lovely tragic arc, traceable only by tongue to palate, best consumed as salt upon our steaks in the dimly lit, candlelit, romantic dark. Open mouth, insert prison. Rise and repeat. I am the blood, the bread, the light. Swallowing leather is a form of inebriation if you can't stomach the wine's origins. I absolve you of everything now, which is what I meant in the beginning. And this is called Pussy Riot Rush Hour, Lexington Avenue. This is a true story. I used to sit near this woman. No one would sit near her. She would stand at the pole and just beat the fuck out of herself in the back of her head. Very hard to bear. Pussy Riot Rush Hour, Lexington Avenue. Just right. Stop worrying about it. Twitch from the corporate fondle. Bake a cake for the women in prison. Go to the bank when no one's looking to discover what you don't want there. You know all of this, so why do I ask? I'm asking because you need to hear again, and then somehow you're not above anything. How you are not nothing but the roar of clouds overhead, the din of a bodega at let-out hour, the smell of a smile unwashed, and the compression of panties beneath too tight tights drawn to impress the boss into a holiday off. What we won't do for a little piece of ourselves, for a shiny glimmer of heaven behind the stacks of computer boxes and books that tell us nothing of literature. We eat our lunches and ask for rush hour to pummel us awake. The woman hitting herself, buck up, head heavy against the number 5 train downtown, moves people from her pole with the sheer determination of science. No one can calculate exactly when her head will erupt with blood from the daily 6 o'clock punching, but self-infliction is a cause that brings us away from our senses. I remember her well, never moving from her usual spot of breath held and eyes upon her. I'm just my clothes in the seat beneath her and can do nothing with my pen to blank notebook page on my lap that maps us all the way downtown, further south than we care to admit we're going. We are all about her with pretend not looking, and how we wish for that breath that fills us in between buildings, that steel and mortar and the flesh hanging off us each to each, the potential blood bags standing in the station, we waiting ones back then forth every day as we incomplete ourselves.